Okay, so I chose the movie Grease 2, which is obviously a sequel to the first Grease. It's a high school movie about romance and cliques and has some music in it. The music in this, personally, I think was terribly chosen, and I don't think it's just my personal opinion. I've heard a lot of people say that. It wasn't very popular because the songs weren't as memorable and didn't make you want to sing along with them. Um, I can't recall meeting a single person who hasn't heard of Grease Lightning or Summer Lovin' from the first movie. And I watched this movie yesterday and don't even know the names of the songs or how they go. Um, Also, the casting was not very good as well in some parts. The guy who played Johnny, which is kind of a big role, he was the leader of the T-Birds. He looked like a kid who liked to wear black and was moody. And he was supposed to intimidate you, be kind of a bully and a goofball, but he was just a goofball. And the teachers and their roles are kind of confusing because they're always giving each other looks or acting a certain way towards each other as if it's like a secret joke for the audience, but I didn't get any of those jokes, and I just feel like it's really terrible comedy relief. Um, it was kind of irrelevant to the plot. This movie was kind of the reverse of the first Grease because this time the guy was trying to turn himself into a badass to impress the girl. But in the first one, Sandy changed herself to impress or to get Danny, which is another thing. Both of these movies, their plot is about changing who you are to get someone to like you. And I thought you weren't supposed to change yourself for anyone. At least that's what my mom told me all of my life. Another thing is that at the end of the movie, when Michael, the male lead, he is riding his motorcycle away from the T-Birds because they want to rearrange his face, which they say that a lot, Johnny in particular. And he goes through this construction zone and off of a cliff, but it's like he's jumping the cliff, and they think he didn't make the jump, which is a 100-foot jump. I wouldn't think you'd made it either in that crappy bike. So they think he just died, and they don't react the way that they should. They go back to their high school and perform in their talent show for that night as if nothing happened. And personally, if I had just seen someone die or thought I saw someone die, I'd be freaking out, calling the cops, calling their parents, or calling just someone. And that's another thing, like, where are their parents? Do they exist? Do they just live on their own as seniors in high school? I mean, they kind of act like it, but like it's very unrealistic. And like now that I think of it, like a lot of the movie was very unrealistic. It wasn't meant to be a sci-fi. I don't think he could have made that 100-foot jump. One of the things that happens that's very unrealistic is the main girl lead, Stephanie, climbs onto a motorcycle with, as far as she knows, a complete stranger to, like, as a romantic evening, I guess. But she couldn't see his face and just kisses him, rides on his motorcycle. Personally, if someone was in a mask, like, I couldn't see their face, and they asked me if I wanted to ride on their motorcycle, I would run away or try to mace them or something. I'd be scared for my life. And she just is in love with this guy who's really sketchy looking. All in all, I would say that was the only bad part on her side. But I give this movie a 1 star for lack of creativity, reality, and terrible music.